Recording. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stick It to the Manga, your weekly manga podcast where each week we talk about a new manga. This week we're reading Do You Love Your Mom and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks.
And yes, it is a mouthful.
A mouthful.
Of what, Gabi? Of what?
Of
Words, Kevin. Yeah, hentai.
Anyway, the summary is about Masako, who is an average high school student who is obsessed with MMORPGs. And one day his class participates in an anonymous survey. Masato accidentally puts his name on the questionnaire, causing him to be selected to participate in an activity with his mom. Entering a video game, their relationship will never be the same.
Yep. And if you weren't aware, this manga is also known as the MILF Isekai.
Yeah, I know why.
Yes.
Of course you do, Kevin.
Yeah.
But no, Kevin, in this instance, you are correct. Once you start reading it, you know why.
Yep.
Does anyone want to say their first impressions?
Well, not yet. We have to give our disclaimer.
All right.
Right. We gave you a spoiler-free summary, and now we are going into spoiler territory. We will talk about everything and anything that happened in the manga, and sometimes stuff that didn't happen in the manga. Sometimes we might just talk about inappropriate stuff like boobs or peepees.
Prepare yourself for boobs.
Oh, does
That's all I'm saying. That's Gabby's disclaimer.
I just was like, I remember Blade Play and how the man had a wee weapon.
Blade?
Blade Play. Oh, we have to read Blade Play now.
Please don't do this to me.
We're not gonna read Beyblade, please.
Blade Play. Not Beyblade. Gabi, you can't say you can't do this to me because you're the one that recommended it to me in the first place.
Did I really?
Yeah, I was like, do you know any good manga to read? And you're like, you should read Blade Play.
I honestly don't remember
It
this
was
at
when
all.
I was in college.
Well, now I have to Google it because I don't even remember what this is.
It's an isekai where a guy goes into a video game and he has to choose his weapon. He's like, my dick's my weapon. And now he has to fuck people
Oh,
to
right.
kill them.
I recommended that as a joke.
It's actually pretty good.
You're saying that he
I
had.
hope
He
I
had
hope you know
to F
Tyler.
people.
Tyler still brings that up, even though I found that is like not a real thing. It just kind of appeared, and I read it, and I was like, "Well, this happened." I don't remember telling you about it though.
Where was I for this?
You didn't exist in our lives.
Yeah, I didn't know
Jake still lived in the United States. Me and Jake have known each other for like 8 years, my dude.
Fuck, is it 8 years?
Yeah, it's about to be.
God, we're old.
Yeah, that makes me feel old.
I feel like I'm fresh meat.
So, what did you guys think of this manga?
The comedy was a bit dry, a little bit. Like, I mean,
It was tropey. It was literally most of the cliches you can find. I feel like
Yeah.
they had the cutesy kawaii girl, and then they had the
That's frickin' Sandere.
Yep, they had the tsundere, and she had to be like angry and the troublemaker, and then they had the mom that looks like she could be a sister. It's just they really hit all the tropes.
Honestly, though, the mom was pretty hot.
Are you
She
leaving,
had nice
Kara?
boobs. What? But other aspects of the manga, I thought the art style was really pretty. I thought it was good. I didn't think it wasn't very unique. It was kind of like your typical manga style, which isn't a
Yeah.
bad thing. I still thought it was good.
Just on a side note, though, I feel like I've seen that mother in a porn, so I don't
Hentai.
know. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that every time. It's like one of those buttons that you click when you hear something perverted, like hentai. But yeah, no, I like that part of it. It was just there was a lot. I don't know if it was the translation we necessarily read, but it definitely felt like there was a lot missing from the get-go.
Yeah.
Or like instead of explaining other things that they could have explained, like in the beginning, they're like, "Oh, here's a survey," and then they're like, "Oh, because of this." Like it doesn't make any sense, like how they kept talking about how they're like, "Don't put your name on the survey," but then they're like, "Ha ha ha! These people put their name on the survey, so we're gonna choose them." Like that, I I didn't really understand that. So a lot of it felt like plot holes, or the parts where I thought there could be more elucidation on it, there was just nothing, and then they kept repeating other facts that they had already said.
Yeah. We read 3 volumes, and it somehow feels like a lot happened, but nothing happened.
Yeah, and it was also, to be clear, like not a lot. Like it was very short. Like these 3 volumes felt like one volume of like any other manga that we've read.
Yeah.
Like it felt like we read one volume of Tokyo Ghoul.
I felt like it took me a couple hours to get through it. Usually it takes me a couple days to get through the other ones.
Yeah. And to be clear, I don't necessarily think it was bad overall, but I definitely didn't love it. And I hate saying that because I feel like it sounds really mean, and I'm not trying to be mean. I kept waiting for it to like hook me in, but each chapter kind of felt like I had to work through it rather than getting hooked on at some point. Like the whole part that's interesting is the fact that the mom and the son get sucked into a video game. And there was some really cool scenes, like when the mom picked the sword or when they fought the first thing in the video game, but they didn't ever have a huge hook to pull you in overall.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was missing.
Can we talk about the guidebook and how it actually has instructions to actually have relationships with your son in there and stuff?
Well, that's supposed to be the whole point of the video game.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they called it a MMMMMORPG.
Yeah, that made me laugh. That was one of the few times I think the manga actually got a laugh out of me when I was like MMORPG.
I'm not really too sure what it all stands for. All I think about is MMORPG.
I feel like the person who like decided to name it was just like, what should we call this? MMORPG, and they're like, that's it. You got it.
Yeah. I haven't read a lot of like the back history of this manga or anything, but it kind of feels like, in a way, like someone made a fan fiction of something else. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a savage when I say that, but it just feels like the plot is really underdeveloped. Like when you start getting into the other characters, and then you have the trope of mommy will take care of you, I'll find you a wife, even though we're just trying to find party members.
Yeah.
Like when you meet the other two, like your other tropey females, like it just feels so like weird that the mom is like, no, we can't have those, but we have to have these. But it's not clear why she didn't want those characters versus the ones they end up choosing.
And there was only one good choice out of that whole entire group. Only one choice.
Was it Pota? Is that what you're gonna say?
Were you gonna say Pota-chan?
Yeah, Putha-chan is the best character.
Yeah,
That was, even though she was very tropey.
Yeah, I mean, every single one of those characters were tropey.
I
Like,
really
the main character guy was like your typical manga cute, but not super handsome, but just like the average handsome of a manga character. And then Pota-chan, who was also my favorite, just because she seemed like the least obnoxious.
She seemed really stupid, though, especially when she was telling a dude what type of panties she likes.
I mean, they were talking about underwear, to be fair. The mom was like, I'll buy you underwear, and Makun was like, no, you can't buy me underwear. The last time he did that, they were bears, and I didn't want to wear bears. And she was like, oh, I wear bear underwear. Like, I honestly don't think she's that stupid for saying that. It was, like, perfectly in line with the conversation. But they definitely upplayed it and was like, oh, you're talking about lady panties? Pencil!
Scandalous.
True scandal.
Chunky Cat, can you not
You
step
know
on
what,
my
though?
microphone?
You know what, though? The thing is I really felt uncomfortable with certain parts of the manga.
Which parts, Kevin? Tell us all of your woes.
Well, the thing is, they wouldn't be so bad if they weren't related or at all, you know?
Oh yeah, this. There's a reason why they call this a MILF Isekai.
Yeah,
Because they definitely they play on that incestuous tidbit between mom and son a little too much for my comfort.
it just made me think of me and my mother and what would happen if we had a relationship like that. And I just felt so uncomfortable. I just felt so uncomfortable.
Did you think of your mother, Jake?
Not in that way. But I was like, what if my mom and I went into this world? We'd be fucked. My mom has a terrible back.
My mom also has a pretty bad back, but I think she would do okay. She goes on like 2-mile runs, 2+ mile runs.
My mom walks for like 100 feet and is like bedridden, so.
Yeah, that's
my mom knows nothing about video games and would probably
Yeah, but at this point it isn't even like a video game. It's like real life. Like you're living in the video game. Like I feel like it would be easier to adapt than an actual video game. Hush your face.
Well, yeah, they have their time based in real time.
Animal Crossing. What up?
Well, I mean, it is like Animal Crossing, but that'd be so weird. You have 3 days to get to the mountain, or else, you know?
You have 3 days to get to the mountain.
If my mom and me were put in a video game, oh my god, it wouldn't be the same though, because this whole manga is definitely like, look at the pretty mom. Like her outfit when she goes into the video game, where you can like see her panties the entire time. I was like,
or well, we all know that when you die, you spawn clothes now.
Isn't that what happens in most video games? Your character just comes back perfectly how they were dressed before?
No, this one, well, you come back with the same outfit, you come back with everything, but she was completely different. Hairstyle, her clothing, everything was, and she was like, yeah, if she was to come back, she would have come back naked if that were the case.
We gotta get in that tropey fan service.
Yep.
And she's of legal age.
Why in the hell is it in every single isekai that has a slime, it always dissolves clothes? Like Kariwa's Zombie Disca season 2 was a great example of this. And But with Guardian Zombie Disguise, it was only girl clothes. This one, I don't think was prejudiced to the type of clothes that it dissolved, you know? Hello?
No, I mean, I agree. Every time you see a slime, it's like, oh no, the clothes. But honestly, it makes sense if you think about what a slime does. Like, if it absorbs you, it slowly starts actually, like, dissolving you. So it kind of makes sense the clothes go first. But it's also just one of those tropes of
Yeah,
slimes.
but you would think that slimes didn't dissolve clothes that fast.
Yeah, but it's the trope, man. We gotta get their clothes off. Duh.
Well, I guess instead of tequila making her clothes fall off, just throw a slime to make her clothes fall off.
Slimes make her clothes fall
Yep.
I'd suggest not taking advice from an isekai, Kevin, when it comes to the ladies. Just throwing that out there. As a lady myself. But also, you can tell they were trying to form, like, the harem trope, too, in this.
Yeah.
No, they did
But it
form
was-
the harem trope.
But it felt underdeveloped to me.
It's still a harem trope. There's 4 girls.
It is technically a harem, but it's not like it's not a good harem.
Yeah, fair enough.
Something that I think is difficult is that this manga is an adaptation from a light novel. So it's trying to condense the light novel into panels.
Well, you would think they would add DLC to that.
What?
I was being funny. You would think they would add extra content in like you know how they make filler of stuff?
Yeah.
You would think there would be filler of something that came from a light novel as well.
Yeah. It's this manga was really weird. I'm going to be completely honest. It lost me. Like, I gave up on it. I got halfway through volume 3 and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
You didn't even finish?
Nope, I gave up on it. I was like, this is too much for me. I was like, nope, it's too hard for me to keep reading this. Because
which part?
Middle of volume 3, it just was it dragged on so much.
At volume 3 chapter 7 I was like, I'm almost done. I'm like, I want to play ESO. I'm almost done. I wanted to do other things. I didn't want to keep reading.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant in the beginning when I talked about that there's not a hook. Like, a lot of it, like, I'm kind of tempted to, like, at some point try to find, like, the light novel to see how it compares, because it just felt like there was so much missing. Like, there was so much discordance in reading the manga.
And I feel the anime is probably an adaptation of the manga, so therefore there's not going to be much on the anime to begin with.
The anime is an adaptation of the light novel.
Oh, okay. Then how come it looks exactly like the manga?
Because they
can
all
take
use
art
the same
styles
art
from it.
style. Because the light novel has the same art style as the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, and I can read really tropey stuff, especially because I like romance manga, and that can be literally the tropiest kind of manga.
Oh.
But I don't know. This one was really rough for me to get through.
I mean, there's definitely good parts of it. Like, it did have, like, some funny bits.
Some of the quotes were fucking hilarious. There I can't remember exactly when they were talking about underwear and how Pata could make underwear and clothing, and he's like, I'll wear your underwear. And then the
Everyone,
Tsundere
yeah, that was
character
funny.
was like, Fox, he's over here!
Yeah, that was funny. Did like that.
There was a few of them where I was like, we should use them for our YouTube or Facebook quote or something.
Yeah, there were a lot of funny lines, but and I really liked the art. Like I said before, it was just hard. It's hard sometimes to remember all of the funny lines when you're getting lost in the plot.
Yeah. Like, I was trying to read it, and I was just like, give me some meat. Give me something.
Yeah, like you
And
kept waiting for it to like have something more, or you'd read a new chapter and it would feel like you've either read too much or you haven't read enough for the chapter you're reading.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, especially into volume 3, it just felt like nothing was happening at all.
I think the most connected part of the storyline was when they were shopping for armor. Like I
That
literally
makes
think that that
sense.
was the clearest part of the storyline that we see in the volumes that we read.
you know what though? I don't understand. Like, apparently makeup has special abilities in the mom Isekai. I don't know. They were talking about nails and eyelashes and all this stuff, and it was like, how would that be beneficial? Why do they even have it in this world?
Just so they can look pretty. That was supposed to be kind of like a half joke, I think, because the son was like, we should just save our money on other things. But the mom was like, no, but I need to look nice. And then all the other female characters who have been in the game for a while were like, oh yeah, like you can get this, this, and this.
Cosmetic DLC. Fuck.
But yeah, I agree. I think that the line, the the underwear scene was probably the funniest for me, and the scene that I liked the best because I thought it was funny.
I liked the scene where they blew up the tavern or the guild hall. She was just like, ah,
That
fuck
was,
it. Poof.
yeah, I was like,
What
wait a second, what?
One of the things I want to touch up on is the player kill. Like, you know when Wizard or whatever her name is, like
Wise.
Wise kills Masoko or whatever his name is, and she gets like a 15-year jail penalty. Was that because it would be like actual killing? Wouldn't he just revive? Like, what would be the point of having somebody there for 15 years if it wasn't actually that dangerous? You
That
know?
was one. No, I agree with you, and that was one of the things that was never really explained.
Um, they explained it a little bit, but it wasn't super clear. It's like our world functions on the same rules of reality. So you attempted to kill this person, aggravated assault, or just assault, I guess.
Yeah,
Here's 15 years of prison.
but they kept going back and forth between like this is a video game to like this reflects real life, and I guess that's what was confusing for me.
I think.
And also, it wouldn't make sense if they put the, that character in jail because she was also supposed to be getting along with her mom too, because that's how they escape.
I have a theory that. Excuse me. I have a theory that Wise, her mom, is like the creator of the game and got sucked into the game, and she's like, you fucking kidding me, mom? I don't want to fucking do this. And she's like, you're gonna get along with me.
No, no.
That would be honestly good.
Weiss is the reason why that the other characters are suffering with their mother.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh,
I really like Wise.
I feel that Ponta's mother abandoned her, and she's just not saying it.
Yeah, I mean, she said that her mom was at work, and I was like, does this mean she's at work in the real world, or does she have some weird job in the game? Because it doesn't make sense that they put them inside of the video game only to pull them apart, but their moms weren't there because the moms being there would ruin the harem theme.
Mom went to work 4 years ago and hasn't come back yet.
No, it won't ruin
And
the
Dad
harem.
went to buy cigarettes and never came back. So
See,
I guess I'm just
He went out to get some milk and never came home.
Gabi, the thing is it wouldn't ruin the harem. We would just have another 2 MILFs in the harem.
MILF,
Yeah,
MILF,
but that's
MILF.
Yeah, but that's not the same because the harem is usually filled with just like young females. So if you had too many MILFs, like it wouldn't be the same type of trope. It would be a large group of females, but I don't think it would be as harem-y.
You know
Or,
what
like,
though?
classic.
The thing is though, he would have a selection to choose from for hire. To sell people.
I'm married to a MILF.
No, you're not.
Technically.
Is it because she has a kid that you're married to a MILF?
Yeah. She's
Okay,
a mom
I
I'd
get.
like to fuck.
Okay, so that's your wife, so it doesn't make sense.
No, it counts.
Are you sure?
A MILF literally just means any mother that you would like to frickle frack.
Frickle frack?
Yep. So it
Frickle
doesn't really
frack.
matter. Like, that's why, but usually they use the term for just like older women in general.
Yeah,
So like
women
if
that are, like,
someone's like a 20-something and has a kid, you don't generally call them a MILF.
Yeah, they're usually in their 30s.
30s or older, technically. Like mid-30s or higher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any MILFs listening to this podcast?
We love you.
Yep. This episode's dedicated to you.
This episode is dedicated to all those MILFs out there. Remember, somebody wants to fuck you.
Wow.
There's a whole song about it.
So, does anybody find it weird that the mother was able to pull out both swords at once in the beginning?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that kind of just goes to like she's supposed to be this overpowered character, so she starts off with a bang.
She's so overpowered and she just doesn't know what to do with her power.
Except for, I'll protect you, Makun.
Ah, she's so clingy. A little too clingy. Which one do you think, what girl do you think the mother would want to marry her son off to?
Pota.
It's definitely Pota-chan.
She didn't even want Wise to be there.
Yeah, but she's like, this is my son's decision, I'll support it. Quite honestly, though, Weiss, she's a whole different mess.
I love Wise. Out of all the characters, I liked her the most.
Jake likes tsundere.
I do. I really like... I can't remember her name in... Food Wars. Meat Girl.
Yes. I do like Meat Girl and Food Wars.
Her name is Meat. Literally, he calls her Meat.
It's Mito Ikumi.
Yeah.
Meat.
I do like her as a character, but I don't know. I didn't like Wise as much in this one. Like, I like Pota-chan because she was cuter. and she actually like seemed like she was trying to help.
I liked that she was like, I don't want him to like be awake in the same room as me. I'm gonna instant kill him as soon as he goes to bed.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That was great.
I liked that scene.
And then he just wakes up and goes into the bathroom and sees everything.
Sees all her panties and bras.
Yeah.
It's like literally, I don't know why everyone freaks out about seeing a bra. Like it's literally just a bra.
I don't get
Like
it
out of
either.
everything, I
You,
feel like that's
Gabby,
the
you
least thing to
don't
be
get
concerned
it.
about.
Gabby, you don't get
hey,
it.
you can't
Men...
just say you cannot tell me I don't get it because I'm a female. I have them.
Yes, but I mean, you don't get it from a guy's perspective.
I
So...
mean, I don't get it either. But I
But
also grew
also,
up with a sister, so.
yeah, but I mean, my boyfriend is like one of the chillest people on the planet. So like everyone in this in like anime world, they see a bra and they're like, so I don't know. I don't really.
I
I think
feel
it's
like you
weird.
could flash Tyler and be like, yeah.
I think that's accurate. I'm so sorry.
I still have a virgin mind, so I don't know. I'd probably, like, would be speechless. I don't know. If someone flashed me, I don't know what I would do.
If someone flashed me, I'd be like, I nice.
That reminds me of this one YouTube meme
Oh god.
where this girl is sitting on the throne and some guy's pants falls down and she's like, no.
Well, I can. Okay. Anyways, back to my original theme. I don't think seeing a bra is scandalous, especially when it's just a typical bra. Like it's literally just an artifact of clothing.
Like if you walked in and somebody like had like a cupless bra sitting on their bed, you might be like, oh.
But if it's just a normal bra, it's like, she's wearing a bra because if you don't wear one, it can hurt to run or jump or move quickly / spontaneously. Wow, the scandal. Like, no, like it's not scandalous.
The first time I realized, like, my brain clicked that women were attractive was when I was at my summer camp and one of the counselors was running.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And, yeah.
This is Jake with story time. Sorry, kids, you're gonna have to use your imagination.
Yeah, and her boobs were just bouncing. And I was like, yeah.
It's painful. Even if you don't have very large boobs, like jumping or moving without a bra or without a sports bra can just be painful.
I believe that.
Just saying.
I found it funny, like one of the first things the applicants, she says, is why can't we have anyone reliable like a police officer?
Which arguably is not the truth.
One of my friends, no, I'm not going to say that because once I say that, that's in the, the ether forever.
So what do you think is gonna happen? Like, do you think it's gonna take a long time for Misato to get along with his mom, or no?
I think all of them are going to get teleported out together because they become like a happy family.
Yeah, but I think the other two moms are gonna have to show up at some point.
Yeah, and there's going to be a big conflict. Like I could see there being a MILF fight. Actually, what would be great for a MILF fight, what they should do, is they should do some wrestling and pudding.
Did you just say in pudding?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Where's my button? Hentai.
Kevin, that's how yeast infections happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, did you have any opinions what you think's gonna happen beyond what we've read? Any guesses, Jake?
It's gonna get more perverted.
Because MILFs are gonna wrestle in pudding.
That's just what you want, Kevin.
I feel like it'll probably be mud, but I feel like that might be a thing that ends up happening.
It's gotta be pudding. It's gotta be pudding.
Or there's gonna be like the hot spring scene and like all the moms are gonna be together and discussing their children.
Oh, and then they're all
That's another trope we haven't
peep
seen.
on Misato.
All the moms are gonna hit on Misato.
That would be terrifying.
and then Misato's mom is like, "Back off of my son! He's mine!"
We love that casual, almost pedophilia, but it's not because the age of consent is 16.
13 in Japan.
There it is.
We didn't have to go there.
We had this discussion on Monster Musume about the legal age of consent in Japan. We interrupt this episode of Stick to the Manga podcast to bring you an interview with Chris Hornet, the mangaka for the upcoming manga Gray, who will be releasing in July. Please enjoy this short snippet. So my first question for you, Chris, is what inspired you to write Gray, and what continues to make you keep going at it?
Well, initially it was I wanted to write a series that I would enjoy watching or reading. Like I had seen so many series, but I was like, I would love to make one that I could enjoy for myself and then my friends. So over the years, I was writing the story, coming up with characters, coming up with scenarios, but I think it took a while for me to realize the direction of what I wanted the story to seem like or how I wanted it to flow.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe like a couple years ago, it really started to click. And then from there, we never stopped. Once it became Gray, it's just been the move. Like everything has been all Gray and the story just started to flow, and that's where we are now.
Nice. Yeah, from what I've read, it looks like it's gonna be really fucking cool. Now back to the podcast.
I honestly would love to see more university student anime. Like that would be a lot cooler than high school student.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to see more anime manga to be university setting, but then there's the quote unquote, I mean, they say that the main people who watch anime is like high schoolers, and usually you try to make the people who watch your stuff the same age. So that's probably why there's more high school stuff, but there is university/college age stuff out there. It's just less common because puberty age group is funny. Like coming to age stories are funny. Like and they give you a lot more stuff to work with.
Anime is one of those interesting genres where you could be 99 and still find something for you.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. I was just explaining why a lot of them tend to be high school.
Yes, but I mean, think of all the perverts that actually are thinking about that, and then they're like, "Oh, she's 16." Yeah, you know, that just doesn't sound right.
You know, I have the mentality of like, if I go onto Pornhub and it says
Oh
like
boy.
teen or teenager in it, I'm like, nope.
Though usually they say teen, they're referring to 18.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's like, no,
But
nope.
it's still cringy.
I'm like, I don't for sure know that they're 18.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's how to play it safe.
You just have to trust that the porn people aren't lying to you.
I mean, Pornhub would get into a lot of trouble because to actually upload a video onto Pornhub, you have to upload like photographs of each person's ID card.
Yeah. Why do you know about this process, Moonshake?
Look, it's good money.
Oh boy. We love that.
Well,
Baking
Jake.
cookies while naked is porn, right?
What?
I don't know. Are you fucking the cookie dough?
Please do not. That's a waste of cookie dough.
Not if you eat it.
Rick headphone users. Yeah, I just vomited a little bit.
And sorry for yelling. My headphones are kind of noise cancellation, so if I'm speaking loud, that's why.
You
They're
always
noi-
speak loud, Kevin.
This
you
is
know
true,
me.
Kevin. This is
You
true.
know me. You know me all too well already, Gabby. This is not good.
All right. So, what would you guys rate this?
Oh, 4.5.
4.5. Gabby?
4.
I would give like a 2. It was real rough for me. Real rough.
Yeah. And I really don't like hating on something, so I hope this comes across more as like constructive criticism. But just to be clear, none of us have read the light novel, so we're purely judging it based off the manga, nothing
Yeah.
else. We can't speak to how the light novel is or how the anime is because we just don't know.
I came into this episode a little biased because I had seen a lot of people be like, this is a really good series. This is really good. They were talking about the anime and the light novel, not the manga.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, it makes I want to watch the anime, but the manga made me be like, is this anime even worth watching?
Yeah. I mean, I still think the best part of this manga for me was the art.
The art.
Yeah, the art was nice.
Like
I liked it.
Like I said before, the mother reminds me of a porn character that I've seen. I can't remember which hentai it's from though.
Hentai.
I can
No, don't finish that spot.
look it up and post it in
No.
our
What?
inappropriate.
No. I'm becoming the mother of this chat right now. No.
Gabby, we own the chat together. If I want a hentai thing, I will put on a hentai thing.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anybody got anything they want to shout out? I'll start with you, Kevin. Do you have anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, join Kevin's hentai castle.
Nice.
Follow me on my Twitter at showmeyourmanga.
And you can follow the podcast at SitManga at SitManga Podcast and SitManga Podcast on my anime list. And we also have Facebook page, Stick It to the Manga Podcast. We have all the social medias. If you can't find Sit Manga, look for Stick It to the Manga. If you can't find that, look up Sit Manga. And if you can't find that, put podcast at the end of them. It's not hard to find.
That actually, it's the first result on our YouTube page when you do stick it to the manga. Like, we're the first thing that comes up, Jake.
Yeah, if you Google Stick It to the Manga, our YouTube channel is the first thing that pops up.
And from our YouTube channel, you should be able to find all of our other pages.
Yep, if you go to our YouTube channel, you find our Twitter, our Instagram, and our My Anime list. We have 13 subscribers right now. What a lucky number.
Whoop whoop. Double digits, baby.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, with that, we'll sign off, and we'll see you guys later.
Next week, we are going to read Appley Trap.
Apple Trap.
Appley Trap. Which is porn!
It might be porn.
Who knows?
If it's porn, make sure to spam the Discord with the wait, it's porn emote. Bye bye, manga fans.